If you're in a science class and you need to type something that looks like this, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to insert special characters into a Google Doc. All right, I'm going to start by showing you how to add subscripts and symbols. So let's start with a chemical equation process. We'll type H2O for water, and then I'll insert a special character. I'm going to search for arrow, and this indicates that a chemical change has occurred. Now I'll write the products of this reaction, H2 plus O2. Now I want to change these numbers to subscripts, so I'm going to go under Format Text, and then I can choose Subscript to make the 2's a subscript. And I will always want to do this when I'm writing the formula for a chemical compound. Now, just to finalize this, I'm going to go ahead and add in coefficients to write a balanced equation. What if I don't know the name of a special character? So in looking at this reaction here, N2O4, back and forth arrows, NO2, well, what are those back and forth arrows even called? I don't know the name of that symbol. So there's a clever way that we can go about finding this. We can actually draw it into the Insert Special Characters window, and then it's going to find the character that I want. So I can go ahead and type it in that way. I think it's really a nice feature in Google Docs. What about putting a special character above an arrow? I use a Google Doc add-on called MathType for some characters. Now, MathType requires that you're using a school account. So here's an example of an equation where I want to put a special character above an arrow. The triangle above the arrow means that heat is being used to drive a chemical reaction process. We call it delta. So I'll start by writing the equation 2KClO3 and then 2KCl plus 3O2. Now I'm going to go ahead and again format text and make these numbers subscripts. Then we're going to go ahead after this, we want to add in this character, the triangle, the delta above the arrow. Two different ways to do this using MathType. One is I can select from the tools the arrow with the green box above it, and then inside of that green box I can add the triangle, the delta symbol. So that's one way of adding this character. Another way of doing it is I'm using the ChemType feature, and if I click on the hand, I can actually draw the character in and draw the arrow with the triangle above it, and then insert that, and it's a really easy way to put that special character into the equation that you're typing. What about something like isotope notation? So here's an example of a radioactive decay process. Now once again I'm going to use ChemType to put this in. I'm going to use the drawing feature. So first I'll write C arrow N plus beta minus, and I give it a moment to produce those in the equation, and then I'll write in the mass number and atomic number, 14 and 7 for nitrogen, 14 and 6 for carbon. And you can see that it's giving me now the equation that I want to type, and then I'm able to resize that in order to make it the size I want to produce in my document. What if Google Sheets is not letting you insert a special character? So when we do this, we can go ahead and create what we want to type in a Google Doc. So I want temperature in degrees Celsius. Now, from my Google Doc, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And then what I can do in my Google Sheet is I can do a Control V or a Edit Paste, and I can drop that directly into the Google Sheet. I can do this with other symbols and characters as well. So I can drop a delta in and resize it as needed. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you found this helpful.